Donald Trump is apparently panicking because of Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, why do I say that? Well, Stephanie Grisham, his former campaign advisor, posted on X that she said the same thing, that he's panicking because of this self-announced press conference that he held today at Mar-a-Lago. He put it out himself, drummed up some support. It was spur of the moment. It wasn't planned out, and he got in front of cameras and he just started talking. And some of what he says is completely unhinged. But this is typical of Donald Trump. He alone can fix it. He's looking at his trailing numbers, as Kamala Harris is starting to rise in the polls in a lot of the swing states. There's nothing but positive media coverage for her. He is starting to get the negative coverage that Joe Biden was getting. And Donald Trump doesn't know how to react. So his way of reacting is to hold this press conference, speak at the media, and basically say whatever he's going to say, thinking that he can fix it. And I don't think anything he said in that press conference really helped him. He tried to say Kamala Harris is a bad debater. Well, I don't think that's going to be the case because she's a prosecutor. She's going to have a much different tone than Joe Biden. Now, if he was talking about Joe Biden, I would have agreed with that. That would have been a thing. But he wasn't. He was talking about Kamala Harris. He went out and said that his poll numbers with white males have skyrocketed since she became the de facto Democratic nominee and now the actual nominee. Which all that means is he's got more of his racist base boosting his support because they don't want the woman to be the nominee. That's just it. That's what he's saying. But he, of course, gets out in front of the camera and he says it. He says things like I talked about in a previous video, that the president should have input over the Federal Reserve, which any of his strategists would tell him that's a bad idea. But he says these things because he's panicking and because he doesn't know any better. He will say whatever he thinks it will help him in the moment. But then if he starts getting negative press about it, he'll say he doesn't know anything about it, or he never said it, or he'll change his position. But he is scared. He is terrified that he is going to lose to her. And it's only going to get more unhinged the more this reality of him losing starts to set in with him. He's going to start trying even more crazy things and having more unhinged press conferences. It's only a matter of time, and it's just going to keep happening.